Gather round, folks. This is the story of a friendship gone nuclear. Donald Trump and Elon Musk, once allies, now bitter rivals. Musk wasn't just a casual supporter. He was Trump's top ally, even holding the title of head of the Department of Government Efficiency. He reportedly spent nearly $300 million to help Trump and the GOP win in 2024. Musk was always at Trump's side, advising, strategizing, and making headlines. But last week, everything changed. Musk was suddenly out of the administration. Some say he clashed with cabinet members. Trump claims he was asked to leave. Just days before, they were praising each other in public. Then, overnight, it all fell apart. This wasn't a quiet disagreement. It was a public, messy breakup. Trump's first major spat with a top advisor in his second term, and it's a big one. We've seen these dramatic fallouts before, but this one feels different. The question is, how did it go from bromance to all-out war so fast? What could cause such a spectacular implosion between two of the most powerful men in America? The answer? It all started with a bill, a tweet, and a whole lot of ego. This is the story of how a political alliance became a headline-grabbing feud, and why the whole country is watching, because when Trump and Musk fight, the stakes are sky high. So, what exactly happened to blow up this billionaire bromance? Let's dive in. The fireworks are just getting started. The spark? A Trump tax cut and spending bill, grandly named the One Big Beautiful Bill Act. Musk, on his own platform, X, called it a disgusting abomination. He slammed it for ballooning the national debt, stifling innovation, and being stuffed with pork. Wasteful spending for special interests. Musk's biggest gripe, he never even saw the bill, despite being the efficiency guy. The national debt was already $36.2 trillion, and analysts said Trump's bill could add up to $5 trillion more. Musk wasn't having it. He blasted the bill to his millions of followers. But there was more. The bill targeted Musk's own businesses. It proposed ending $7,500 tax credits for electric vehicles, phasing out subsidies for battery factories and lithium refineries, and cutting support for EV charging stations. That's a direct hit to Tesla and Musk's green tech empire. Musk later said he'd accept losing EV credits if the mountain of pork was cut too. So, was it fiscal conservatism, self-interest, or both? Either way, Musk's public attack was a direct challenge to Trump's agenda. And Trump famously doesn't take kindly to public criticism. The stage was set for a showdown. The country watched as two titans prepared to clash. The fallout would be immediate and massive. Next up, Trump strikes back. Trump's response, swift and brutal. He threatened to axe all federal contracts and subsidies for Musk's companies. Tesla, SpaceX, Starlink, Neuralink, the Boring Company, everything. Trump declared the easiest way to save billions was to cut Musk off. He called Musk disloyal and claimed Musk only cared about losing EV subsidies. Trump insisted he fired Musk, not the other way around, and mocked Musk's reaction to the bill. The numbers at stake are staggering. SpaceX alone has $22 billion in government contracts. In 2024, Musk's companies were promised $3 billion across nearly 100 contracts with 17 federal agencies. Most of that is for SpaceX, NASA's only reliable ride to the International Space Station. This isn't just about money. It's about America's place in space and national security. Trump even mocked Musk's recent black eye, suggesting he was suffering from Trump derangement syndrome. The gloves were off. The feud was now personal, public, and high stakes. Billions of dollars, space exploration, and national security were suddenly in the crossfire, and the world was watching. Musk wasn't about to back down. The next move would be his, and it would be explosive. The battle lines were drawn. This was no longer just a policy dispute. It was a war for influence, reputation, and the future of American innovation. The fallout would be felt far beyond Washington. And the consequences? Potentially historic. The question, who would blink first? The answer, neither. The feud was just heating up, and the stakes kept rising. Next, Wall Street trembles. When Trump threatened Musk's contracts, Wall Street panicked. Tesla's stock plunged 14.3% in a single day. $150 billion in value wiped out. The biggest one-day loss in Tesla's history. Even Trump's own company, Truth Social, saw its stock drop 8%. When these two fight, nobody wins, at least not investors. The financial shockwaves were immediate and brutal. SpaceX's future with NASA was suddenly in doubt. Musk hinted he might start decommissioning SpaceX's Dragon spacecraft, the capsules that carry American astronauts to the ISS. If SpaceX stops flying, NASA's plans for the moon and national security launches are in jeopardy. The One Big Beautiful Bill Act was a direct hit to Tesla, ending EV tax credits, phasing out battery and lithium subsidies, and cutting support for charging stations. All of it threatened Musk's business empire. No wonder he was furious. The market chaos showed just how much power these two wield. One feud, and billions can vanish. The stakes weren't just political, they were economic, technological, and global. The next move? Musk goes nuclear. The feud was about to get even uglier. Musk didn't just fight back, he escalated. On X, he dropped a bombshell. Real Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That's why they haven't been made public. No evidence, just the tweet. But the implication was explosive. Musk accused Trump of being linked to Jeffrey Epstein, a name loaded with scandal. He also called for Trump's impeachment, replying yes to a post suggesting it. This was a stunning reversal. Musk, once Trump's top supporter, now his fiercest critic. House Democrats seized on Musk's tweet, demanding the full release of Epstein documents. Attorney General Pam Bondi had released Phase 1 of the files, but Phase 2 was still sealed. Musk's accusation put massive pressure on the administration. The feud was now a political crisis, not just a personal spat. Musk showed he was willing to play dirty and play for keeps. The stakes had gone from billions to the presidency itself. The fallout was immediate. Headlines, investigations, and a White House in damage control. Musk had turned a financial fight into a political firestorm. The question, how far would he go? And how would Trump respond? The battle was now for survival. The country was caught in the crossfire, and the drama was far from over. Musk wasn't done. He hinted at forming a new centrist political party. He polled his 220 million X followers. Over 80% said yes. The X Party, the Mars First Party, whatever the name, it could shake up American politics. Musk reminded everyone he'd helped Trump win in 2024, calling Trump ungrateful. He'd pledged $100 million to Trump-aligned groups for the 2026 midterms. But now, that money was in doubt. If Musk launches a new party, it could siphon voters and cash from both Republicans and Democrats. Is he serious or just making noise? With Musk, it's always hard to tell. But the threat alone was enough to rattle Washington. Musk was no longer just a donor. He was a potential kingmaker or even a candidate. The feud had become a battle for the future of American politics. And the Republican Party was suddenly on shaky ground. The implications? Huge. The next chapter, supporters pick sides. The Trump-Musk feud split their supporters down the middle. Trump's base rallied behind him, with right-wing media attacking Musk as disloyal and out of touch. Musk's fans, techies, Tesla owners, SpaceX dreamers, cheered his attacks on government waste and the status quo. Social media exploded with memes, arguments, and declarations of loyalty. The tech right, once united, was now fractured, forced to choose between Trump and Musk. Trump kept up the personal attacks, mocking Musk's black eye and calling him deranged. Steve Bannon urged Trump to investigate Musk's immigration status and drug use. and to revoke his security clearance. The feud had turned ugly, personal, and deeply divisive. It was no longer just about policy. It was about loyalty, influence, and the future of the conservative movement. The battle lines were drawn, and the country was watching. This feud isn't just tabloid drama, it's reshaping America. The Republican Party is splintering, with Musk's criticism giving cover to GOP senators uneasy about Trump's spending. Trump's legislative agenda is now at risk. If you're finding this breakdown as fascinating as we are, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the stories shaping our world. Tesla's stock crash was just the start. SpaceX's NASA contracts are in jeopardy, threatening America's space program and national security. Musk's attacks on Trump's tariffs add to the pressure, challenging another pillar of Trump's economic platform. Trump retaliated by pulling his NASA nominee, Jared Isaacman, a Musk ally. Personal grievances are now impacting government appointments and policy. The tech world and Washington are being forced to pick sides. Fundraising for the 2026 midterms is in flux. Musk's $100 million could go to Trump's rivals. The power struggle is realigning alliances in Silicon Valley and beyond. The consequences? Unpredictable and potentially historic. This is a battle of egos with the whole country as the audience. The outcome could reshape politics, business, and technology for years to come. The stakes have never been higher, and the end is nowhere in sight. June 6, 2025. Trump and Musk, once friends, now locked in a public high-stakes feud. Billions of dollars, political power, and America's future hang in the balance. Will the feud escalate? Can they reconcile? Or is this a fight to the finish? Both men have massive egos and don't back down. This saga raises big questions about power, loyalty, and the influence of billionaires in America. Yesterday's ally can become today's enemy in a heartbeat. Will Musk launch a new party? Will Trump's grip on power slip? The future is unwritten, but one thing's certain. It's going to be a wild ride. Buckle up, America. This show is far from over.